Hi, this is Janet Black with Love and the Bling Designs, and I've had a few people ask me about how I do my domino mold dominoes process, the acrylic dominoes set. I ordered my domino mold set, double sixes from Glitter Chimp, and I'll put the link down below for that. I also ordered the double 9 addition to the set. You have to have this set to have this work. So here's my double 9 pieces if I want to do a double 9 set. So when I do a mold, I use these cups right here. I got them Dollar Tree. They are 9 fluid ounces each. There's a pack of 28 in this package from Dollar Tree. And I put a mark around halfway up for the A side of the epoxy and the B side of the epoxy. So just halfway up on both. You get plenty of epoxy with this doing a single set. You probably have maybe that much left, and I put it in just a regular old mold I may have sitting around. What I do is I like to mix the B with the A, stir it really well, and get it all mixed up before I put any glitter in it. And as far as amount of glitter, I usually put a good amount just at the beginning and then stir. As I'm stirring, I want to make sure it's not too thick, and I don't want it to be too thin, because if you get it too thin, you'll get translucent. Your dominoes will be almost translucent. So I did these yesterday, and I use Liquidity Split, KS Resin's Liquidity Split. I like that because I like that resin for the dominoes. I do have just the KS Resin Liquid Stone, but the Liquidity Split only takes about 4 hours to cure, and then I can pop them out pretty easily and just start setting them to the side, or I can just start sanding them how I want. When they do pop out, actually, let me back up. When you do have them in your sitting, and after you've just now set them in the epoxy in your mold, make sure you use a heat gun, and I just go over it real quickly, just 3 times, just to make sure all the bubbles are popped from the top, because if you don't, you'll get a rough bubble spot on the back of your dominoes. So you want to be sure you do that, and you do not want to use a torch, because that will melt the epoxy, your actual mold on the epoxy, and it'll be a tough time to getting these out, and you also mess up your mold. So once they're cured, I pop them out, and I look at each domino to make sure they don't have like rough edges. Like this one, I don't know if you can tell. There you go. Okay, right there. There's a rough edge right here. There, you see it. So I take and I sand that by hand, or you could use a hand Dremel. With these, they came out pretty good. Also, when you're, I hate to back up, but when you're filling these up, make sure you fill them all the way to the top. Even if you slightly overflow, you can always take your a popsicle stick and run that over. It's going to be a little messy, I have to say that. But you want to make sure you get them completely even, all of them completely even, because you don't want one thinner than the other, where someone's playing the domino and they play dominoes and they sit it up like this, you see a ridge. You want it to be as even as possible, so to make the game, to make it very nice and pretty. So you want to sand the edges, sand your corners. And this one came out, this set came out really, really even, so I don't have to use a hand. I'm not going to use the hand grinder. So when you do get that done, and you can feel the edges, like if it snags on your skin, I don't like that, because I don't want it snagging on someone's clothes or someone's fingers. You know, I don't know if you play a domino, but you tend to just hold the domino and roll it around your finger. You know, as you're playing, you're kind of waiting whether you want to play that domino or not. And I don't want someone to feel that edge. So I'll sand all the edges. And then I'll put my dots on them. If you see the sanding areas, it's okay. You can put your dots on now. Just make sure they're clean without any dust in there and you can put your white dots on now, or your, or your decal, if you're going to have a decal on the back. These will have a decal, and what I'm going to do is create another video after I've had them decaled, after I get the decal on them and the dots. I'll create another video on what I do to spray these with acrylic sprayer. I use triple thick Rust-Oleum glaze spray, and I lay them on a wax sheet of paper, just lay them on a wax sheet of paper, and I spray them with the glaze, wait 15 minutes, spray them again, wait 15 more minutes, and do a new wax sheet of paper and flip them over and do that side twice. I let them sit for a good day, and then I will package them up. I'm going to do a video on how I package up and how I do these sprays. That way everyone can see it. But when you do want to pack and ship these, you want to make sure that they ship either individually wrapped with wax paper, or you can take a piece of wax paper and fold it and then put one on top of that and fold it. That way they don't stick together in transit, because I have shipped a set before and the owner got it like this and it couldn't get it unstuck. My suggestion to her was to put it in the freezer for a few minutes and then take it out, and then they'll pop out, and that's what happened. So that's the good thing. They came undone. But that's the one bad thing about shipping these, is after you've left them, you've used the glaze on them, they sometimes do stick if you're going and shipping them to a hot climate or a freezing cold climate. So anyway, I will do a video on how I finish this set up, and it's going to look really cool. Thanks for watching. Bye.